a trailblazer, though, in that field, and particularly of opera, classical music. Tell me, at what point in your life as a child did you figure this was the life for you?
I knew early on that whatever I would accomplish, whatever I would do in life, would be in some way associated with music. I started singing with my parents when I was 4 years old.
Really?
I was born in Indianapolis, and my mother had a beautiful soprano voice. My dad played 3 instruments all by ear and sang a little bit. And we used to sing at churches in and around Indianapolis. My mother would also, in addition to singing, she would recite poetry, and I would sing a solo and maybe recite a little poem of some sort. So it started early.
Isolation is the petri dish of divisiveness, of
Right.
racism, of discrimination, and that's what this event is about. For me, one of the most profound moments last year was when one of the sorority members stood up and talked about how her childhood and her community was completely changed when a freeway was built right through her neighborhood.
Sure.
And the black-owned businesses disappeared, and you couldn't walk to your pharmacist's store anymore. And a young Arab American woman, this is something, you know, we've read about, right? But a young Arab American woman stood up and she said, you know, I had no idea that the freeway that I drive on impacted you every single day, impacted you in this way, and essentially in your mind destroyed your community.
Sure.
That's a really important, that history is so important. Hatred and bigotry didn't start for Arab Americans on 9/11,
Right.
and it also didn't start when Arab Americans discovered it. And so we need to learn from one another, we need to learn our histories, and build a movement together.
Don't miss American Black Journal, Sundays at 12:30 p.m.